Oh yeah, so my
Boom.
global okay?
Here we are. Yeah, Jason, you're good.
Oh, cool. Excellent.
Why the hell is chat not here? Should be a
I see it.
globally linked project. Goodness gracious.
Hey
Professionals.
chat, how y'all doing? I got chat up. We're good to go.
Hello, chat. We are professionals here. Don't worry.
Absolutely. 10 out of 10 professionalism here.
Yep.
No mess ups at all.
Definitely not.
Anyway, chat. Oh, hurricane prepping? Best of luck to you. Honestly. I hope you do alright.
Yikes.
Stay safe out there, because that is, that one's looking rough. That's Cat 5 now.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Hey, Space Canary. So, what we're doing today, at least for the first, 10-20 minutes of this, is we're just gonna do a Sol Ring tier list, because Matt and I had a disagreement.
I mean, yeah. What's up, Wolfsbane? How's it going?
So, it's pretty straightforward. We have Sol Rings, we have a tier list.
Yeah, and we're starting off with the OG.
Alright. Iconic, love it. Probably A tier for me.
I was gonna give it like a solid B. It's iconic.
It's really nice. Alright. I guess I'll lay out basic criteria of what a good Sol Ring is. First of all, it's subjective anyway, so who cares? But I like to have pretty art. I like the idea of invoking cosmic, sun, space. Gotta be doing these things. And while we did say this is an art tier list, I am viewing it as whole package. How does it look with the frame and such? I'm not a huge fan of old borders, even for mono brown, so that's kind of where I'm losing a point here.
Yeah, and the new border, but it has a nice 30th edition, doesn't exist. Anything for 30th anniversary doesn't exist, so
nope,
it's not real.
Not worried about that. We ain't got to worry about that at all.
So
what do you have the Judge promo one, right? With this artwork, but in modern frame. There was a Judge foil, wasn't there?
Yes.
Judge gift cards 2005, I think is that one up there.
So
I think we have it at least. But either way, I still think that art is... Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, the DC
That does look pretty cool, honestly.
That's good.
I think it still stays in A tier, but that's cool. I like that.
Yeah. I can be convinced of an A on the OG. It's just too iconic.
Absolutely.
Speaking of iconic, let's just move into the actual iconic, the classic. We know it. We love it.
Yep.
Solid A tier.
I'm B tier on this one. I do think the old border looks a little bit better, or the old art looks a little bit better. It does do the whole Cosmos thing well, which I do like that, but it is just kind of fine for me. But I can be fine with saying low A tier.
Yeah.
Works for me. It's good. I mean, it's worth noting that Sol Ring has very few bad arts.
Yes. It turns out Commander's most iconic card, the ubiquitous never getting banned card, Co-Parter.
Tier 0.
Tier 0 has banger hearts. Who would have thought? Except for one. We'll get to it.
I love that no matter which way you view that, of tier 0 in terms of power level or tier 0 in terms of the tiers that they're working on, that is still accurate.
Ubiquitous never getting banned is the card of the format.
God, that's a lot of Sol Rings.
I know. I was surprised how many there were.
You know what? Hold on. Let's grab the Future Sight frame one, actually.
Oh, yeah. So it automatically
it's
gets S tier because it's got the Future Sight frame, right?
I do love the Future Sight frame. I won't object to it, honestly. I'm it could be A tier, it could be S tier. I'm fine with either of these.
It gets automatic S tier because of Future Sight frame. We're not taking discussions.
I love Future Sight frame. I genuinely love that frame so much. I know it's a little confusing for some people to look at, but I still really like it.
All right.
Where do you want to go?
Going in order. When they
Going in
started
order.
doing different Sol Ring arts, because for the longest time,
Mhm.
there just wasn't.
There's over 60 products of Sol Ring.
Yeah.
Oh, Masterpiece time? Oh,
It's
baby.
Masterpiece time. I mean, iconic.
Okay, so again, this is going to be a funny one.
Mm-hmm.
If we're just doing the artwork, it's an A.
Mm-hmm.
If we're including the frame, it's S or the best.
I think you have to include the frame, but I don't think it's the best.
That's fair. I mean, that's honestly fair. I absolutely adore the Masterpiece frame, or the Inventions frame. Like,
God, it's so good.
God, I love that frame.
It's so good.
You like it now for the bling, Alcus? Yeah, that Future Sight frame. I love Future Sight frame. It's just so nice.
I'm a fan of the Goif,
Mhm.
so therefore I must enjoy the Future Sight frame. It is required.
I love Future Sight Goif as well. I love the artwork they chose for that one. I like it way more than the newer Tarmogoyfs.
I do too.
All right, well, we got that one. What do you want to do next?
Well, we're going in canonical order here. So therefore, we go to view all prints. We've got a few Sol Rings, just a few.
Okay.
I believe next one is the this Commander Peromo.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay.
It do be a good art.
That is a really nice art. It does not invoke too much of, like, solar for me, aside from the fact that I know that this is, like, why am I blanking on the name? It's not cartography, or, but, you know, when you're trying to, like, map stars and such like that, whatever that tool, that, like, set of tools that you were using for that.
Yep.
So it's definitely invoking that. I think it's a good S. I really like that art.
It's just good. It's definitely not my favorite. I will say this is like top 5 for sure.
You think so?
Oh yeah.
Ooh,
For me.
okay.
Easy top 5. I love this art. I've loved it since I got it day 1. Big
Astrology.
fan.
Thank you.
Yeah. There you go.
Thank you, Wolfsbane.
Aren't you supposed to be the more English major than
Humanities?
You're supposed to know the English language better than me. Come on.
Sure. Actually, scroll up to the settings real quick. Can you view it in order? Sort by release date?
Can I like sort by descending? No, it should be ascending. There we go. Much better.
All right. Good. Oh, well, we already got the promo one. We got that one. Is this the Commander Collection green?
Yes, sir. It is. I love it.
It's a pretty art.
It's very nice art.
It's not solar.
No. This is the green player.
Yeah.
Like
you channeled the tree.
You channeled the tree into the ring. It's like a B.
I was gonna give it a lowest of A tier, but I'll accept B.
I think it's a B. It's just kind of boring, honestly.
It's not bad. It's just, yeah, it could be worse. Trees have rings. Fair.
All right.
Oh, we get to do Blackest Magic?
It's the controversial one for me.
The best. It is the best.
It's not.
This is the best Sol Ring.
No, we have. We're gonna put all the stuff that can be in contention for the best in S and crown the best after.
I at least want to make sure it's at least top 3. I know you don't think it's top 3, but I think it is at least top 3.
It's definitely top 5 still.
Mm-hmm.
It's like number 4.
I just love everything about this one. Like, it still invokes that astrological component of things, while also, like, it is a sun, it is a ring, it is there. They have completely reimagined what it means to be a Sol Ring. And you see the, magical effects in the eyes of the woman. Awesome. Love this. Huge. Also, it's one of the only ones... Is it the only one that we have that's, like, genuinely borderless?
No. No, it is not. We do have two that are genuinely borderless. Other than this, actually three. We have three.
Okay then.
Yeah,
It's one of the few.
yeah.
So we get to look at the whole art. I don't know, I just love it. I think it looks great.
All right. We got Commander Collection Black. Eh. See? I will say I genuinely like this worse than the
like, so I tend to favor like the dark magic arts as well. Like I find this cool, but also it's like, I don't know, man, this could just be like a random summoning portal.
Yeah, this is like, at least the green one was kind of inspired. This is just uninspiring.
Yeah, honestly, it is a little bit uninspired.
Like,
I'll give it to you. C's fine with me.
I don't want to
put it. Say it, but
I don't want to put it in D. But
no, it's not D. It's got good merit. It's just not quite the Sol Ring I'm looking for.
And then there's whatever the hell this is.
Can I put that in dog shit tier? Please, I hate this so much.
I'm gonna put it in D tier.
I hate it.
We have one card that we get one printing of Sol Ring that gets to go into dog shit tier.
Fine, you can put it in D, but get it out of my face.
Yeah,
God, I hate
it's so
bad. Much.
It's
so
bad.
This is not my vibe at all.
I genuinely hate this art.
Yeah, it is. Well, at least did we have like the old border one is its own thing, like modern frame or modern art with old frame?
No, we didn't. I would say it's about the same as, you know, the brown border plus the new art. It's about the same.
Okay then. All right.
It is just so busy. That is the truth.
Yes.
Like,
extremely busy art.
Genuinely just extremely busy.
All right. 40k decks?
40k decks. Here is Laybug.
I mean, that is a sun disc at minimum. This looks like something for like Caesar's Legion, now that I think about it.
I know.
Fine.
It's okay.
As a Sol Ring, it's like a D. As a piece of artwork, it's like a C.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with the C.
It's okay. I'm fine with it. I do think it's worse than the Commander Collection Black one, though.
Like, I feel like D is only gonna have one card in it.
Probably. That might be the only one. Depends on your opinions on things, because I will probably have a controversial one to put there as well, but it won't make it there, I know.
Alright, we got the Chaos one. The Chaos one's super dope.
I like the art more. Still probably a C.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think it's a B. This art's... For Sol Ring, this is not good art. For art in general, this is dope as shit.
You know, actually, just looking at the flavor text here, referencing the Sol system, now I'm kind of hoping that they have one that just actually references Earth. I don't think any of them do, but that would be cool. I guess you can. It would have to be low B for me. It could not be, like, again, I think the Commander Collection green one looks better. Oh, Wolfsbane. Have a nice night.
Have a nice night.
All right, then.
Flavor text adds a lot.
Sometimes flavor text adds, yeah.
Anyways, the Imperium Sol Ring. It's not good.
Again, it has that astrolabe feel. But no.
Yeah, the art's just not good.
I mean, I like the art plenty. I just don't like it as a Sol Ring. Like, it's like still C quality art probably, but probably the lowest one of the 40k ones. Perhaps a hot take, but I'm not a huge fan of the 40k Sol Rings.
Except for this one.
It's fine.
This one's pretty good.
It's a B.
So,
At least, again, it doesn't feel like much of a Sol Ring to me. It feels like an energy generator.
mhm.
Which, to be fair, mana, energy,
I mean,
you could...
Necrons.
Necrons, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine.
Oh boy.
Look,
Yep.
more Old Order.
Hey, look, cards that don't exist.
You're right. Anyway.
Oh boy.
Oh, which one was this? Oh,
This is the base Commander deck Lord of the Rings Sol Ring.
right. I like the flavor of it.
I love the flavor of it.
As a Sol Ring, though,
It's not very good.
no. Kind of B, C, somewhere in that territory again. Perhaps I maybe just be salty because of Universes Beyond stuff in general, even though I do think Lord of the Rings fits perfectly well into the, magic mythos and whatnot, or magic aesthetic.
I think it's
Yeah,
like a B.
I think I like it more than the Necron one personally.
Yeah. I like
Maybe
it
even more
less.
than the...
Maybe. Yeah, it's probably like right
Yeah.
here.
Yeah, that's a good spot for it.
Alright.
Hey, Ganti, we're just evaluating Sol Ring arts. We're just having a good time with it. Matt has currently vetoed my vote for Black is Magic being the best Sol Ring, and I will convince him otherwise.
Nah, there's no convincing me. The Elven Ring?
Kind of dope.
It's kind of cool.
I do like it. It still has that same issue of, as a Sol Ring, not so sure about it, but I feel a little more.
That's a tree.
That
do be a tree.
Michael, you are correct. That do be a tree.
That do be a tree. You are correct.
It's a nice tree, though.
It is a good tree. I like
There's
it.
a ring.
There is a
I
ring?
would put it low A tier, maybe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like it more than the Commander Collection green one.
Me
So,
too.
thumbs up for me.
Alright. Human ring.
That is a ring.
Actually, I think this is the ring. I don't fucking know.
Either way, it's like C or D tier.
Yeah, it's not very good.
Like, it's not great Sol Ring art. It's literally a guy just placing a ring.
I think it gets shown D tier. Good.
It's better than the other one, the one that actively hurts me.
Yeah. This is not good. This is the human one.
Okay. That's
I
pretty
do
good.
like this one. This one's pretty good.
Yeah, it's nice. Again, it doesn't really evoke Sol Ring to me.
Mm-hmm.
It is a ring of power, of course. Bottom B, top of C, maybe?
Yeah, I think bottom of B.
Bottom of B?
Maybe
Yeah.
no. Let's do top of C.
Okay. I think it is the very top of C. Well, I do kind of like the Commander Collection black one as well, but they're both fine.
Wrinkly. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right, another
Yes,
good one.
This one. This one's really cool.
This one's super cool.
It's not my favorite because it does seem, I wouldn't call it busy necessarily, maybe a little cluttered, but I do like it.
God, I love the CMM one. Yeah, no, this one's dope.
Okay. Is this S tier?
I think it kind of has to be. It's super
I think
good.
I think it's S tier, maybe in contention for top 5, but I do not think it's top 3.
I think it's top 3. It's in contention for my top 5, though.
Mm-hmm. I do think it's cool. Yeah, it's a really nice one. I can't say no.
Super good. You can't say no to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I
only
do think
thing
I like
is
it over
that-
like Basal Rings.
The only thing that I have a problem is in foil, it's not the greatest. But that's also because CMM foils are not good in general.
Oh, really? That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
I did not know that. I knew that like original Commander Legends, for example, has like the worst foiling of any modern set.
A lot of CMM and Commander Legends foilings are a bit too dark, and that's one of them.
Oh, it was too dark? I mean, that could be worse then. But anyway. So what's this one?
This is Doctor Who.
Doctor Who came out before the Cat and Dog Secret Lair?
Yep.
Because
It did.
Oh.
Yep.
There's a lot of new printings recently, huh?
Uh-huh. Meh.
Met indeed.
Meh indeed. It is an eyeball. Yep.
It's
Yep, Michael,
it's not a Sol Ring.
You are
I'm
correct.
just gonna
This
say
is
that.
not a Sol
It is
Ring.
not a Sol Ring.
It's still better than both the things in D, but it's not.
Like, I will give it this credit. It has what looks like to be the beginning of a black hole in the middle of it.
Yeah.
Which was a sun, was a star. So credit on that for that on the astrology side of things. Or astronomy side of things. But
Meh.
meh indeed.
Alright. A classic.
Not the Dan Fraser Sol Ring.
Very good.
I think it's not the aesthetic for me, but it is nice. I could very much understand if somebody told me that this is their top 5, I would understand why.
Yep. Cracky,
Yeah, like,
Cracky selling a solid A, I would have
I think
to
it does
agree.
hit the A. I think it's the lowest of A for me. Like, I think I actually prefer the Sol Ring that we get in most of our commander decks to this one.
Too. I think it's above the Elven Ring, though, for sure.
I like the Elven Ring more, but I'm not going to fight you on it.
I'm going to go ahead and do this.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. We get
What's
this Sol
one
Ring
from
art
again?
is so fucking good.
I didn't really like it. What was this for again? Like a Valentine's Day something?
This was just a random ass collection of commander staples in a secret layer.
Oh, sure. Okay. I do like it. It looks nice. Like, there is a sun, there is a ring.
Mm-hmm.
You did it.
Yeah, no.
Like,
this art is so sick.
I like it. Okay. Top of A, bottom of S. That cool? Or
I'm gonna
what do
put
you
it in
think?
S tier for sure.
You think S, like firmly S, top 5 contender, or no?
Firmly top 5 contender.
Okay, what's it kicking out?
Probably kicking out this one.
I would still put that in top of S, or in S tier. That one that's getting kicked out. I think that's fine.
Does it kick out the Future Sight frame? Man,
yeah. I would kick out Future Sight frame, actually.
Super duper sick.
I mean, I would still argue that if it made it to S tier, it just stays in S tier, right? Like, we're just picking the best.
Okay.
But it just goes to the end of S tier.
That works. I think we can both agree that, like, that one out of the ones that we've seen so far is here.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's fine. I will at least agree on the top 5. I may not agree on the top 3, but...
Alright.
Oh, it's cute.
It's so adorable.
It is very, very cute.
It's so fucking adorable.
Are we rating the back of it separately, or,
Yes.
or... Okay, they're separate.
They're separate.
Okay. That is important.
That is a distinction. They are separate.
It's very cute, but I do kind of just put it at, like, top of B tier.
Yeah. The cat version, definitely adorable. Solid B.
Yeah, like...
Alright, this is the best Sol Ring art. I'm just gonna say it.
Really? You think this one's the best?
So good.
Interesting.
So
I do like
good.
it more than the cat.
The dog is using the fucking Sol Ring as a chew toy. Come on.
I mean, it is adorable. But I don't know. I would still put it as like low A. It's not. This is definitely not best for me. Hang on, are you like this is genuinely the best one? No, no way. Chat, back me up on this. Talk some sense into Matt.
It's too good.
This is adorable. I absolutely love it, but it is not the best one.
This is the best Sol Ring art.
Again, I can give you A tier. I can't even give you S tier though, man.
Alcus, no, don't betray me like this.
Thank you, Alcus. I appreciate you. Dog eating bagel.
Dog is eating bagel. Come on.
But does dog eating bagel? Oh, you put it in your top 3. Okay, that's good to know. Marine Sun, you're saying that the Through the Wormhole art is the best one. And that was the Doctor Who one, right? The Through the Wormhole? Or was that a different one?
No, that's
Are we getting to that one?
I believe that's this one right here.
This one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can understand if you put this as your number one. Of course, this is subjective. But no.
It's so good. It's so good. Genuinely the best one.
Put it on the list where you want, but at the same time, no.
This is my Sol Ring of choice for my blinged out decks. So.
Alright, sure. Carrying on. Oh, we got a lot of options here. Okay. Yeah. Which one's this one?
This is the Sheldon Minry Sol Ring.
Ah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a nice one. I do really like it. Again, not necessarily a Sol Ring as much as it is just like when I first saw this, my immediate thought was, "Oh, was there a Lord of the Rings secret lair that I missed?" Legitimately, my first thought.
It's
like low A.
I was gonna say it's like A tier.
Yeah, it is just really nice art. Like, it's just it does not shout Sol Ring to me.
This does not shout Sol Ring.
Mm-hmm.
But that gets hot to wear since it's a glowing. Yeah, you know what?
Mm-hmm.
You also right. All right, Fallout number 1. No.
B or C?
C.
Your choice.
Doesn't even look like a Sol Ring.
Yeah, I genuinely like the wormhole one from Doctor Who more.
I do too.
Yeah, not a fan of that one.
D? Ooh, tricky.
I could see it as a D,
could
honestly.
see it.
Top of
I
D.
could see it. You just spelt Nuka-Cola in a fucking circle. Come on.
Well, I guess, actually, genuine question. Do we like the random guy putting a ring down more than we like Nuka-Cola in a circle?
I'm biased because it's Fallout.
Okay, fair enough. I'm not biased because it's Fallout. That's fine. Yeah, top of D tier. It's
just not good.
It is for somebody, it is not for me.
Alright. It's strictly okay.
My hot take is this is D tier. Why? I really don't like the Vault Boy Sol Ring.
It is
Door Salesman.
Door Salesman.
We do get, rough ring shape with light, so like, point there. But
and you got this.
I don't like Vault Boy just on the front of it. Just,
I mean, it's all right.
yeah, it's all right. Like it's got to be in somewhere D and C for me. It cannot be higher than that.
It's like
but I understand. Yeah, sure, I'll accept that.
Like a C. Outlaws of Thunder Junction. This art's sick. Just as like art in general, this art is sick. As Sol Ring art, this is not great, but
I mean, just as art in general, it does not really speak to me. Like, I don't understand what I'm looking at, really. Is it supposed to be like a fence or a train? Like,
it's something holding in the sun. It's a ring holding in the sun.
Again, point for that.
Like,
I mean, there is a soul and there is a ring.
Yeah, this is
good work.
I believe this is the vault.
Well, it's scattered. No, it's something in the vault, based on the flavor text. I mean, it's alright, kinda. It feels like C tier for me, but
as Sol Ring art, I will agree. It's about C.
Yeah.
All right. Secret layer, Matt. Coping time.
Yep. Start the cope.
Starting the cope. Why can't Miku get good art? Why? Why can't Miku get good art?
Wait, we missed the cope entirely. What is this?
Why? This is just me complaining. Why can't Miku get good art?
Matt, I would like to cope. Matt, there is no cope here.
There is no coping here. God, I
No
wish
cope.
Miku got good art, man.
Yeah,
Not a single
I hate
piece
this
of art. Not a single piece of art outside of Song of Creation is good.
That's fair. Straight to grief.
Miku has bagel? Yeah, but Miku is not cute doggo. There's a difference. Will I still run this in a lot of decks? Absolutely, because it's Miku and I'm a fucking weeb. Okay.
Okay, but where does this go? Like,
fucking C or D.
yeah, I'll give it top of D, because honestly, there is a ring and it glows. I like it more than Nuka-Cola. I'll give it that much. Man, that is not great art.
Oh, well, speaking of not great art. What even is this, Jason? Like, genuinely, what even is this? I fucking hate this.
It looks like someone tried to make like a microscopic organism out of wax. Like,
Lamp as a soul ring. It's just, what the fuck is this?
I don't know. I hate this. This is my least favorite soul ring.
The text is just awful. Everything about this is bad.
Yeah, I understand the whole thing of like, you know, again, art is subjective. People enjoy the things they're going to enjoy. I don't know who really wants that. Like, that feels like such an objectively bad one to me. Oh, it's categorized as old border or old frame on Skyfall, so people have to see this when they look for it.
Gross.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's so gross. Genuinely
old border fanatics.
gross.
That's rude. That's just genuinely rude. That's just painful. I really don't like that soul ring.
Alright, we got two
more.
We got two more.
Last two.
We got the blue one.
Honestly, I like this.
I do too.
It is Cosmos.
Yep.
It's actually probably the most cosmic-y of the ones we've seen. High A tier?
Y'all haters. Why are we hating, Gutty?
Yeah, Gutty, we're hating on that one soul ring that looks terrible. Would you like to join us?
Yeah.
Yeah, I
like it.
This is art I really wish actually got a full art treatment.
I do too.
Like, if this got an old a full art and it was like, okay, weird take. I actually do like frames in Magic. I think they really elevate art pieces in a lot of ways, but you need to actually, you know, account for the frame when making the art piece, which is not always done. And thank you for joining us, Gutty. This one would look better without the frame. And it would be like an S, like on pure art, I think it's S tier. But with the frame, it drops it to like the highest of A tier. Like, you want to be S tier so badly.
Full art tier list next. We don't have 7 years. Sorry.
Yeah, we've gotten a lot of full arts at this point, huh? Especially if you count like extended as its own thing.
Yeah.
You'd have to count borderless and full arts as like
the same.
You'd have to factor those two together, and you wouldn't be able to do extended.
I think it's like a solid. It's like a solid A. Probably
I will give it. You know what? Honestly, lowest of S tier, or actually above Future Sight Frame. I actually like it more than the Future Sight Frame one.
Okay.
That's a really nice soul ring. I really hope they revisit that one and give it full art treatment. What is this?
This is the duskmourn Commander one.
Oh.
Yep.
Okay.
It's okay. I mean, it's alright.
That is art of all time.
I mean, it's alright, like...
It's not bad. Like, as a piece, it is genuinely competent. Again, it is a ring. It is not really soul, but it is a ring.
It is
and
certainly
it doesn't
a
look
ring.
bad. The thing that I laugh about this, like, as I'm looking I keep looking at the background and going, damn, that's a nice window. Like, my eye is drawn to that light source, and I'm just like, that looks nice. Oh, you're right, there's a ring I'm supposed to be looking at. There's a thing coming through that. Like,
It's soul, as
Sol
in...
Ring.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah. I don't know, it's fine, though. It's like B
Okay.
tier, maybe?
I mean, it's alright, like... Overrated.
Alright, Matt, can we agree on something here? Because we're not going... okay, actually, what is your top 3 for Sol Rings?
Yeah, here's my top 3.
Okay, I would swap the dog out and put in Black is Magic Sol Ring.
But we can agree on these two. These two are fucking awesome.
I do really like it, although weirdly enough, having, again, a really close look at that Bloomborough one, I would actually swap out the other Secret Lair one for the Bloomborough one if it was a full art. So I'm iffy on that. We're not going to agree on number 1. What is number 2 for you?
For sure, the Cosmos Ring.
Okay, I prefer the Invention. I really just love the frame of the Invention so much. The Cosmos is really good art, though.
The Cosmos also has the absolutely insane galaxy foiling on it.
Oh, you can get that as well on it? Okay,
Yeah.
That's cool. That's really nice. Okay, now that we've established that, can we just put both of our favorite Sol Rings into best and call it a day?
Yeah.
Because we're not going to agree.
Is Textless Search in Scryfall only has 73 cards?
That's interesting.
Let me actually, you know what? We're
That would be a fun
tangenting here.
Tierlist.
We're tangenting here.
All right, sure.
See, what do we got here? Oh, we got some bangers here.
Oh my god, they go so hard on the Textless Ring.
Yeah, they do.
Jesus, like, even that cancel.
Oh, I'm
That's so
sorry.
nice.
Miku did get one good art piece.
That's true, that is nice.
The command tower is pretty nice. The fucking counter spell, though.
God, I love that counter spell so much.
Oh. I'm so excited to get one in foil. I'm so excited.
Ooh, that Dothy Voidwalker is nice, too.
Mm-hmm.
Damnation. Always
Damnation's
lovely.
super good. Fireball is awesome.
It's also a very different era of artwork for the most part, since these were, like, most of these were the Textless promos that came... Like, what were the years that they did Textless promos? Was it, like, 2008 to, like, 2012? Something like that?
No, some of these are Magic Online promos.
Oh, Magic Online specific.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. Put them in paper.
When did this originally come out?
Yeah, Magic Online promo. Yeah, it was only a Magic Online promo.
No, Magic Play Rewards 2011 was
2011. Got it. Okay.
So it was like early 2010s is when they were doing these. Super sick.
Is Minotai the cancel one? Not sure what you mean by that. Here, let's go down to the nameless inversion of Manatides. Ah, that Harmonize is good too.
I also will say, God bless. The pixel art on basic lands.
I don't like them that much.
So
If we ever do the basic land tier list, we're also going to get into a big fight.
so good. Definitely not my
Manatide is
favorite
really good.
basics, but that Jedit's super good. Lear is super good. Or Lear.
Yeah.
Manative. Whoa, I've never
Oh,
seen
yeah, the
that
Manatide's
Manatide
good.
art. That's so good.
You can do not digital. Yeah, we could do that. Okay, real question. How do we feel about the Omnath?
I both love it and hate it at the same time.
That is exactly where I'm at.
It's like, genuinely, I love this art. This card does too much for it to be textless.
Oh no, I just mean like I both love and hate how hulking he is.
Oh, dude, he thick.
He is real thick.
Like,
Also,
damn boy, he thick boy.
more tangenting, that Path to Exile, God tier.
Oh, it's it's the only path I run in a lot of decks.
I don't think I own one of those. I should get one.
It's definitely
Not too expensive.
no.
At least for
Like the
base-
foils are only like $10
$10
or something.
Oh yeah, I really should pick one of these up. They're really, really nice.
DCG player says $860, so $10 after shipping.
Hmm.
Yeah, they're very affordable. It's super good art too.
Mhm.
I mean, we could do like a Commander Staples art tier list.
Yeah, we could do that as well. There's enough. Like, I think Ponder only has like 5 arts, for example. So like,
Yeah, and it's got
some
this
of them would be
really
pretty easy to do.
really sick secret layer art, and that's about it.
Wonder why they never did textless as double-sided with the back having the normal version. So originally, because doing textless or to do double-sided was like difficult, Innistrad was like a big technical development where they were able to do double-sided cards, and they only recently got to the point where they can start doing it regularly. And I'm talking like within the last 2 years of them doing this to get to that point. But do that as an idea, Michael. Fantastic. Like, actually should do that.
D&D Ponder is amazing because they're literally pondering the orb. Yeah, that one's pretty good. That one is pretty good.
Tier 1 art tier list. Yeah.
Tier 1 art.
We should do like a bracket at some point of like, we should just like...
We should do a stream where we predict the brackets.
Ooh, maybe. But like 32 staples, like the top 32 cards of Commander or something like that, right? We just get what we think is the best part of them and then throw it through a bracket and see who wins.
Do a community poll in our Discord.
That'd be pretty fun.
How do you feel about the Thalia and the Frogman here? I love this art.
Conceptually love it. I do. Anytime they do new artwork with the Gitrog monster, I hate its face so much. It's like, I don't know, it just lost all of the menace that it had from the original artwork, which makes me sad. But it is great.
That's why it's the GOAT, Jason.
That Urza Saga is so good!
Why'd they have to make it this card? Why? Why is it so hard to get this thing?
That artwork reminds me, what is it called? Like the Nazca lines or something like Nazca lines down in, I want to say Peru?
Yeah.
It reminds me of that, and that just makes me happy.
I think that's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah. Super cool art. Love that art so much.
Super good.
Another weird one to have textless, but then again, all of these are a little weird to have textless.
You can't even.
Can't even
as a textless card.
I wonder if they put some joke about that in the rules text, in the like gatherer rules text. If you scroll down further. Yep. Called it.
Beautiful.
Good old Void Winnower. All right, we ready to do some Zur Scale work?
Yeah, let me pull up the scale so that way we can. I'm gonna pull up commanders on Scryfall. We're not actually gonna be placing them into a tier list because I didn't have stuff prepped.
Yeah, this one is just kind of like what we feel like has gotten better or seen some changes recently that would maybe warrant a change. Mainly, we're going to look at Enchantress commanders because, like, we've gotten multiple big bumps to enchantments, and duskmourn, like, really, really pushing the number on that.
Incredibly playable enchantments, too. It's not even...
One of the cards we're going to have to talk about a lot is Fear of Missing Out, which I will now call FOMO for the rest of this stream. FOMO is not the easiest card to enable in red unless you're like doing more Stormy style stuff, but at the same time, it combos with so many things. It's just, you can make so many FOMOs, and it's always looting as it enters.
Yeah, FOMO is definitely went into goddamn Satya. That should tell you everything.
Oh yeah, that's a great card in Satya.
Like, I don't genuinely don't put cards in that deck all that often because it is quite difficult to make cuts.
Yep. Sachi is one of those commanders that just has a million options, so like you have so many options. I probably should look at Satya very quickly because I want to remember where I put it in terms of its flexibility, because I feel like I might have undervalued its flexibility. Yeah, 5 is flexibility. Nah, it's a 6. That flexibility is a 6.
So we only have two green-white enchantment decks that actually benefit from Duskmourn, right?
I mean, there's a lot of Enchantress decks that benefit from it.
Meaning specifically Selesnya. There's only 2 that benefit from Duskmourn.
I mean, it depends on where you want to evaluate it, like Calyx being able to make copies of things, right?
Sure. Mainly just because I forgot Calyx was here somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, Calyx goes bonks somebody and then makes a copy of an enchantment creature.
Where the hell is Calyx at?
I mean, you could top with Selesnya.
No.
But I'm trying to think who else. Like, I mean, there's a lot of green-white Enchantress commanders, honestly. Like, Calyx is the first one that comes to mind. It's very... Elevere is an Enchantress commander.
Elevere. I've already got Elevere and Sithis, which, I mean, Sithis we can just cross out because it's the exact same.
Yeah, I mean, Sithis is already, what, 8 or 9, right?
It's
9. Yeah,
9.
I don't think that's changing anytime soon, so...
Yeah.
Almost 1 year anniversary of your evaluation. Congratulations, Sithis.
Congratulations. That was the update a year ago. That wasn't even the 1 year anniversary.
Oh yeah, because we have previously evaluated this.
Congratulations, you're not moving down. You're one of the forever eternal 9s.
Pretty much, it's gonna be pretty hard. Narcity changing? I mean, she's whenever you sacrifice an enchantment, right? You get to draw a card.
But like, you don't sacrifice enchantments.
You sacrifice creatures that are enchantments.
Sure, you can do that.
Well,
you shouldn't.
We'll get there. We'll get there.
You shouldn't do that, but you can.
We'll get there when we get there.
Okay, Calyx we have as an 8. Still feels like an 8.
Let me check. EDH Rec. I actually want to see what they're saying, like new cards that people are playing with, because I don't think the Overlord of the Duskmourn changed much, or Overlord of whatever it's called. Soaring Lightbringer is really nice.
Ghostly Answers is also very good for this deck. Even though it's not an enchantment, it is incredibly good. Valgavott's Lair is hilarious in this deck.
Yes, you can just get more land. Yeah, that one's not legendary, so yeah, you can just do that.
Just get more lands.
When did we last evaluate Calyx? So we last evaluated Calyx before we started registering the dates.
Which would have been when he came out.
Yes, so 2 years ago.
Yep.
Okay. What has changed? What has come out in 2 years that we might have missed?
We've missed all of Duskmourn for him.
We missed all of Modern Masters, or Modern Horizons 3.
All of MH3, of which there is one very important card that is right here.
Yes, that is. Yes, Strength of the Harvest is like the card I wanted to mention there.
Oh, we missed all of Wilds of Eldraine since this evaluation.
Oh.
Yep.
Oh. Huh. We also missed Kutsil.
Yep.
And Sovereign Akina Kahal.
And Pearlier. And...
Okay. Springheart Nantuko.
Ondu Spirit Dancer, Composer of Spring. We're not in this evaluation.
Elaine's very interesting for the creature base. Well, it's a non-token creature, so maybe not.
Or is Miracle ranked?
Miracle...
I want to say it's still...
I think it's like 5-6 somewhere in that territory. I don't think it was
3-6
that high up.
split.
Oh, 3-6, yeah, because of the combos.
Yeah.
Yeah, playing this as a... this is perhaps a hot take on my side, but I did build Miracle and tried very hard to abuse the combos with that deck, and I felt like I was stumbling over that deck so many different ways.
Oh, man,
It's a very, very slow deck, and it doesn't have the best card advantage. It has gotten better, though, so it may be worth reevaluating Miracle.
how does Calyx work with bestow creatures?
You would make a copy of it. The copy would not be a enchantment. Or it wouldn't be an aura, it would just be a creature.
Okay. Even then, Springheart Nantaku is such an insane card.
Yeah.
On its own.
At least it should. I believe that's how that should work. I can check the rules text. The original characteristics of the token, as stated, was that created that token. Actually, no, I think I might be wrong there.
Oh, you.
That's relevant.
That's a very relevant card all of a sudden, if that's how that works.
Yeah, because the characteristics of the thing, like, that's the thing about bestow specifically, is it changes the typing.
It becomes an aura. Yeah.
Yeah, it is that in play. That is the copyable value. So yeah, you would actually be able to copy the bestow creature and put it onto as a bestowed creature.
It's really nuts. That's really nuts.
Okay. Calyx got better.
Yeah, Calyx got a lot better.
I don't think it's a 10.
No.
But I think it deserves a 9 now.
Yeah. I think we can easily say 9. Easily say 9.
I think Calyx got the bump. It honestly probably on par with this, and originally we had this as like a 2 in the flexibility. I think it has jumped up to a 4 or 5 in the flexibility. Because like I'm now sitting there thinking about like all these different ways you can do enchantments now with this, because like obviously we had the 1/1 counters, the prison elements, and like enchantment creatures is now a much more viable option. Like I think you can just do a full-blown enchantment creatures deck. So
the enduring creatures are really sick to copy.
Yeah.
Because you're making a base copy of it. Even it should still be a creature when the new one enters.
No, I think that's the other way around. Same thing with the bestow, right? When it dies, it comes back. It is this.
It's not okay.
Yeah. I'll have to double check the rulings on this again, but I don't believe so.
This absolutely insane card that actually pushes Enchantress over the top, which is Boon of the Spirit Realm.
That's been a pretty good card, and it's a lot better in this deck than it is in a lot of other ones.
Just an all-around good card.
Oh yeah, we didn't know. Do we have Songbird's Blessing?
Nope.
I think that was Innistrad, wasn't it?
It might have been. I like view this on Scryfall somehow, this way.
I can find it, at least. Songbird's Blessing. No, that was Wilds of Eldraine. Never mind.
Yep. Well, that's a
yeah, that's another really powerful engine for that deck too.
Yeah. Man. Yeah, Calyx is a 9, easily.
Yeah, there's just multiple really good builds you can do there. You will just beat people down with the core Enchantress stuff, so... And like, this is without even considering, again, like the 1/1 counters aren't nothing.
No, they're incredibly relevant half the time.
Alright. Cool with me. We're gonna go... We want to do Elevir next?
Elevir of the Wild Court. Where do we have Elevir at currently?
We had Elevir at a 7, and I think I undervalued it.
Yeah, this card's nuts.
This is 8/9 territory?
I play what is essentially the precon, and Elevir just kills people very easily.
Yeah. Again, a lot of builds. Not to be too biased on this one, because I do play this in CEDH. You know, so like, full disclosure, this is one of the CEDH commanders I play. But that was the thing that kind of is just enlightened me onto how you can build this commander. Because, like, the CEDH build plays 1/0 Enchantresses. Like, it just plays Citizen Champion sometimes.
If you feel like it.
Yeah. Some of them don't play Sanctum Weaver at all. You usually play Destiny Spinner, but like Eidolon of Blossoms isn't in the deck, and like you could go really hard on the Voltron Enchantress style deck. Yeah, a pile of creatures in Elevir. Yeah, Elevir literally just needs creatures. You don't need any enchantments, but you are encouraged to play some of them just to make it a little bit better.
Esper Sentinel with this commander is hilarious.
And confirm.
Is hilarious.
Would you like to pay 13? That is a word that is something I have said before.
Also, like, the aura ramp is still pretty solid, which just benefits your virtuous roll.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And the card draw is just good. It's Tymna level card draw, but you get to play with green-white as opposed to playing black-white, which, again, Tymna is Tymna, so...
It's tricky.
But when you're comparing to Tymna, you usually get
swiped. For enchantment power creep, Zur is an 11 now.
Probably not. Zur will probably remain 10. Honestly, you could argue Zur is a 9. But historically, when I started making this list, Zur was definitely a 10 and deserved to be a 10. Because, fun fact, this list dates back to, like, 2017. And has been reevaluated in full.
He's still a 10, just barely, though. He's just barely hanging on.
Yeah. Honestly, I'd be happy to put Elevir on a 9, and just say if you're playing Elevir, Calyx, or Sithis, you are in around the same ballpark of power level.
Like and I said, I play
Elevir.
I play essentially the base precon, and it still just rolls over people half the time.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that our note was might be higher, we need more data. Well, I'm changing that note. We got more data. It's good.
We did get more data. Can confirm. Good.
I guess relevantly, we have Gilwain on here, casting director. This is also Enchantress commander, but does not really care about it. Like, it's the roles commander, right?
Yeah, I don't think it went up at all.
Yeah, we have it at a 6. Have you been able to see it much? Because I really haven't seen much of it.
I haven't seen it at all, period.
Okay, so we're still kind of in the we need more data.
I think everybody just realized Elevir is infinitely better.
Yeah, Elevir's just cracked. That's the thing. It's like, not to discredit Gilwain, because Gilwain is
good.
Like, actually quite good. We have it as a 6 for a reason, and I think it still probably deserves that 6, but I just need to see it. I just never see it. Zura's the mascot of Scales, yep.
Yep, Zur is the tier 0, will always be a 10.
At least, look, I could change it.
I'm gonna meme on this so much.
But it's good here.
I'm gonna meme on that so much, Jason.
Are there
you don't even understand.
Eerie creatures with Gilwain? Honestly, I don't remember there being much eerie in green, right? Because we're just talking about the 1-drop at that point, like the 1-drop white creature and the dancers.
The dancers, I think, is the only thing it gets.
Yeah, I'll do a quick Scryfall search for eerie in.
Because it's just white that gets it.
Yeah, there are exactly 3 creatures with eerie in green-white. It is Opportunistic Scavenger, which is just a 1/1 with eerie that gets a 1/1 counter. Ghostly Dancers, which is a great card, but its eerie effect is you get a 3/1 flyer, and then the other thing is Cult Healer, which just gains lifelink, and it's a 3/3 base. So you wouldn't play this card regardless.
Yeah. Oh no, Scryfall. No.
Oh no. Oh, we're good.
We're good.
We're back, baby.
We're Barack. We're Barack.
All right.
Okay.
Is there anybody else that we need to evaluate in this category? I mean, I guess relevantly, I don't think Kutsil's gone up to...
No.
Like, Kutsil's an 8. I think it stays an 8.
Kutsil is the exact same. Like, it benefits a lot more from 1/1 counters than it does from auras.
True. And again, it's kind of like Elevir, but jump through a hoop.
Yeah.
There's a lot of flexibility, though. I will bump down that flexibility just a little bit, though. I think I was a little overzealous on it, giving it like a 9 on flexibility. It's really like a 7 on flexibility.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Any other Enchantress commanders that I am...
White. When was Lightpaws last evaluated? Lightpaws didn't barely got anything with duskmourn, surprisingly. Turns out most of the primarily aura commanders are like
Mhm.
that.
Yeah, I don't think it changed too much. I mean, to be fair, Light Pulse is still like an 8 or 9 on our list, right? So, like, I don't think that's changing anytime soon. Because we were talking about original 2-mana Light Balls.
Yeah.
You're talking about new Light Balls, that's a different story.
Still don't know that it changed that much. I guess there's just not enough auras that got added.
Or is that new Light Balls? What's the other one's name?
Right. Bright Palm? No.
No, Bright Palm's the Naya Auras, or Naya backup commander, technically. Anyway, we have Light Pulse. Yeah, Light Pulse is an 8, and I don't think it changed much.
We have Pearlier at 7. It didn't change enough to go up.
Per liter. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we have reevaluated per liter. I will. We have confirmed it. I will mark that down.
Beautiful. Excellent.
Let's see.
I think that's.
Just
we do have.
Like, I don't think OG Sigarda's changed at all, right? That one is. Why am I blanking on it? It's Host of Parents, right? Yeah, just 5-mana Voltron.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think it has remained the same. Okinika Howl, I don't think it's changed. Still an 8.
We have.
Except this is a 9. Also, I find this hilarious because I am generally very down on Enchantress decks. I do not like them very much, but I do recognize that these ones are just cracked.
I'm ready to talk about the Esper slot. There's one very particular commander that has gone from not very good to insanely cracked out of his mind.
Sure. All right.
Well,
we'll talk about
it. There. We'll get there eventually.
No, we can talk about it now. We want to.
Okay, sure. Let's talk about the other Zur.
Zur Eternal Schemer. Our 3-mana 1/4 flying wizard that your enchantment creature is getting lifelink, death touch, and hexproof, and now target not 2 mana for target non-aura enchantment you control becomes a creature in addition to its other types and has base power equal to its mana value. Base power and toughness equal to its mana value.
This is really. This is a funny card with half the duskmourn stuff that's been introduced.
Okay, so let me just. I'm just gonna pull up duskmourn stuff real quick. Just enchantment creatures in duskmourn.
This deck is very funny.
Oh yeah, we also haven't evaluated it since Modern Horizons came out as well and gave us a little more. So
was this before Wilds or after Wilds?
This was before Wilds.
Yeah, so we gotta factor in Wilds of Belladrain too.
Okay, all right, we got some words then.
Yep.
Okay, so I literally just put IDs or. All right, enchantment creatures. I'm also gonna give myself a year of greater than what this Zur the Enchanter or Zur Eternal Schemer came out in what
22.
22? Okay, so we need 2023 or better.
Yeah, because Storm United was the summer set, I believe, and then it was Mom, but Mom didn't have anything that we actually care about.
Okay.
Or one didn't have anything we actually care about.
Okay. Let's see what's changed. So immediately we have Demons of Fate's design.
Card's good.
That's a nice one to put in there. All of the enduring cycle is great here.
It's a very funny cards in this deck.
Fear of Failed Test is maybe like a real consideration.
Got it in my list.
So Fear of Failed Test is a 5-mana. It's 4 and a blue for enchantment creature Nightmare. It's a 2/7 at base, and whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you draw that many cards. But if Zur just turns it into a 5/5 for 2 mana, that's a real engine. It's got Death Touch, Lifelink, and Hexproof, right?
Yep. Entity Tracker is a new card in blue with Eerie. Draw
Yes.
card.
A blue Enchantress, which very relevantly prior to this, I believe Sir only had access to Mesa Enchantress.
Yep.
And you also have the ones that are in white that care about auras specifically, like SRAM.
But you can't turn auras. You can't give auras legs.
Yeah, Zur with Overlords. How does this work with rooms? So it will depend on which rooms are open.
Yeah.
If both rooms are open, then it has the combined mana value of both of them. If only one of them is open, it's only that mana value. Which is relevant, because you could say that, I paid a 2 mana room, I guess I'll turn it into a creature for the time being, and I unlock the 4 mana side later, and then you will be able to activate it again, timestamping it.
Could have sworn that wasn't the case, though. It should be whatever you initially cast is the mana cost on it. It's the both combined mana cost for if you flip the card up, but it is the mana cost of whatever you cast. And then the other one is basically an activated ability. If I am remembering room rules. See, it's not when you turn it into a creature, it's not if you have both rooms open, it's it's whatever you cast. Should be.
I don't know. I'd have to check then. That's a very specific rules question then. So let me see. I'm pretty sure its mana value in play is...
Because I know it specifically comes up with a couple of things in standard. So it is an already asked question. Anyways, chat, making your Overlord of the Flood Pits a 5/5 after it's already drawn 2 and discarded 1 is hilarious. Giving Master of Keys lifelink, Death Touch, and Vigilance? No, lifelink, Death Touch, and Hexproof is very good.
Okay, so... let me look here. Just double checking this. Okay, Bottomless Pit. No, if you open up both of it, has both. Its full mana value is 6 then. Okay. Yeah, it does call that out. I don't have the specific rules because I'm just taking this from the wiki at the moment, but so while on the battlefield, a room's characteristics are a combination of the characteristics of its unlocked doors. For example, if Bottomless Pool and Locker Room, which Bottomless Pool is a 1 mana 1 and Locker Room is a 6 mana 1, is on the battlefield and both doors are unlocked. Its names are Bottomless Pit and Locker Room. Oh, I didn't know it had both names. That's interesting.
Interesting.
So it has 2 names while in play, not the name being Bottomless Pit and Locker Room. It is both Bottomless Pool and Locker Room. That's interesting.
That's neat.
I don't think there's anything you can do with that, but that's interesting. And its mana value is 6. It's a room enchantment, and it has the ability of each door's text box. So, yeah, we don't have to worry about timestamping this or anything.
Okay.
Well, okay, we do have to worry about the timestamping of it a little bit, because if you activate Zur and then unlock the other room, it would still only have the base power of what it was initially.
Yeah.
But if you have both of them unlocked and then turn it, that's the thing. So you'd have to reactivate Zur to get the new base power, or get new base power and toughness.
I think you're fine with doing if it goes from a 1/1 to a 7/7.
Right.
Rooms are weird.
Yeah, very. How relevant
is paralysis is really good.
Thing. Oh, yeah, so it just permanently removes creatures for the time being. Neat. Yep. Okay. Relevant question. How relevant is Fear of Imposters? Just to these blue Enchantress shells. Because it is a counterspell, it's a cancel, but it is a counterspell that is an enchantment.
That's pretty relevant.
Okay.
But it's specifically only on constellation effects where it's relevant. If your deck doesn't have a ton of that, and it's just...
Which, to be fair, though, if you're a blue Enchantress deck,
yeah, you're going to have that.
Right, so it's worth it. It's worth considering, but maybe not an end-all be-all thing.
I think it's solid.
Man,
dude, this deck Oh, I love it. I love just casting my big dumb white overlord for 4 mana, spending an extra 2 the next turn, just having a big dumb 7/7.
Yeah.
Whew.
Okay. Okay. Just looking at the enchantment creatures. Okay, what about the non-enchantment or non-creature enchantments? Because we got a lot of them as well.
Boon of the
I
Spirit
don't.
Realm.
Yes, Boon in the Spirit Realm's a very relevant one. That new
Secret
thing that
Arcade actually is incredibly relevant.
yes, which can open up a lot of options. The talents are interesting. I don't think Bandit's talent is particularly good enough here, but maybe one of the other talents is worth it. Because we do have to make sure it's not an aura as well. So let me augment my search a little bit to exclude auras. Because I don't want to. I mean, not that there's not going to be relevant auras, but there's going to be very few of them.
Mm-hmm. Copy land is super good here.
Electron gives you heck. Yeah. Oh wow. Yeah, like Call of the Ring is something I didn't even think about.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's a new one that's been printed since then. Call of the Ring is actually a really, really relevant card for this. Just 2 mana card advantage. And if you're just turning all of your enchantments into creatures anyway, you will always have something to target with the Ring Tempting.
Was Black Market Connections already out when Zur was printed?
Yes.
Okay.
I believe so. Yeah,
Okay.
it was.
Just wanted to make sure.
Any of the cases relevant? I don't think the cases are relevant.
Faces suck.
Hey, man, they try. Shipaholic Alliance is a maybe. Ooh, don't need a Nightmare.
Don't need a Nightmare.
It's not really worth it in this deck, but you know.
It's definitely a card you could play. Now, should you? Absolutely not. But you could.
I can't imagine we care enough about rooms to play Central Elevator to make that like a really like important factor in considering this deck.
No, we care about rooms to play Mirror Room and Fractured Realm, though.
Okay. I mean, maybe that actually is something that we care enough about if it's not Mirror Room. No, what's the one that turns all things into enchantments?
Oh, up here in High Synergy, I believe.
Oh, it is.
Maybe not.
Wouldn't be in the creature section.
Okay.
Go to
Secret Arcade.
Secret Arcade, right. Yeah, Secret Arcade, Dusty Parlor.
It's mainly the Dusty Parlor in this deck that I actually really care about.
Yeah. It's relevant, though. Like, being able to search for that is maybe something you care enough about. Again, I don't think you want to go super deep on rooms to the point that you would even care about the other option, really. I mean, to be fair, if you're really high into your power levels, you probably don't care that much about a 4-mana tutor to begin with. So,
yeah.
But yeah, it's kind of worth thinking about.
I like it. I like this deck a lot. This deck's gotten a lot of neat, really good toys.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a reason why it's spiked in price.
Yes. Just gonna see if there's one more thing that like really has my attention, because I don't think like the new sagas are things that we care about really. That's very stupid that you can do this. Greed's Gambit is actually a card you could play. Would not recommend it, but you can do it.
That is certainly a card you can play in Magic the Gathering.
Mm-hmm.
We got any new sorceries? I mean, Brilliant Restoration is new. We have the Miracle Replenish.
Mm-hmm.
Greed's Gambit, my beloved. The white Leyline's not the worst here.
No, it's not. It's not great, though.
Do we give it a bonus point for Hollowed Haunting, getting new banger art in a special guest?
Sure. You get the Massacre.
Get the mask. You get both massacres.
Mm-hmm. It was relevant. We did consider that one in the first one. Although, unfortunately, it would just be a 4/4 enchantment for Meathook Massacre 2.
Anyways,
I think I'm going to think about Necrodominance.
I don't like Necrodominance in Commander.
No, not particularly.
Actively hate it.
Nowhere
Mainly because it makes me think of Roxai, and I don't like Roxai. Roxai's stinky.
That's fair. Nowhere to Run is kind of relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Just being a 2-mana removal spell. I do love Prophecydetic Memory, but this is not really the deck for it.
Master Keys is so good in this deck.
Screw. Maybe something with Ripples of Undeath. Yeah, I don't think I'm seeing anything else that really pushes me in a way that I'm like, yeah, it's gotten a lot better. It's definitely improved, for sure.
Victor is unironically at his best here.
Yeah? I mean, there's a bit of an issue with having creatures in your graveyard, but yeah?
I mean, you don't have to have creatures in your graveyard. It just says a graveyard.
Fair enough then. I misread that.
Yep.
Oh hey, it's got Trouble in Pairs. Great deck.
Oh, yeah. I did get that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I actually do like Unholy Annex. Like, I know it's just another... It's just another Phyrexian Arena, and it's not necessarily better than Phyrexian Arena, it's just different. But it does also give you a creature half to work with, and then you can turn this thing into an 8/8. It's like, that's actually a really relevant room.
That's a very relevant room.
Ooh, the Virtues.
Yeah, the specifically the blue one, that if you're a Monarch, you start creating token copies of things.
Oh, no, I think you're...
Court, I'm thinking of Court. Virtues.
Yes, you're thinking of the Court. That is a relevant one, too. I wasn't too sure on the Courts, if they were that relevant, but Virtue of Knowledge, having, a counter spell that you can then come down and have a Panoramic on, that's Virtue of Knowledge. Virtue of Loyalty is going to give you a 2/2, and then you can start untapping your creatures and making them larger. That's nice, maybe not necessary, but it's nice. Really, the most important one is Virtue of Persistence.
Persistence is quite good here.
Yeah, yeah. Zur still has the issue of not having a lot of ramp.
I mean, he did get slightly better. We did get one extra ramp piece.
Which one?
Copyland. We have an actual factual ramp piece now.
Oh yeah, it's true. You will never turn that into a creature.
Nope. Not at all.
Not one bit. Yeah, we've gotten new board pipes. We've gotten new stuff in general. I don't know if Zur's improved that much. It's definitely improved. It's higher than a 5 now.
I think it's like a 6, maybe a 7.
Yeah, I think it's still just a 6. But it did improve. We will give it that.
Has really funny interactions. It's the perfect amount of jank, but not jank for me to want to play it.
Absolutely. All right, we good with this one?
Yep. All right. Somebody has called it out. We do have an Orzhov commander we have to talk about.
Daxos?
Yep.
But do we though? Okay, so
we have it at a 3. Is Daxos weighing this deck down enough to still be a 3?
Okay, we got a lot of enchantment creatures.
When did we last?
We have actual enchantments that we want to cast. Like, I'm sitting there thinking about some of like the random cheap enchantments as well, right? Like the I know it's played in standard at the moment. The enchantment that comes down and makes your opponents discard a card, and when you sacrifice it, you scry 2.
Yep.
Like, that's a really minor card, but it's like it's the type of things Daxos really needed.
since we last evaluated Daxos, he got Spirited Companion. Unironically, that is a relevant card here.
Yeah. It's also got an Alcea to Life's Bounty.
Yep.
Like, unironically, again, very relevant card. Do we get much in our... I don't know if Black's contributing too much still.
I mean, the Overlord's pretty good here still.
Yeah, I mean, both the Overlords are good. Or, well... At least the black one is good. Like, I'm not sure we would still play the white one in this deck.
No, you don't play the white one in this deck. You got on new Spirit Dancer. That card is cracked.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to jump down to like the... It's like I don't care that much about like the instants and sorceries. They really haven't changed much. Okay, that's actually kind of relevant. In the new enchantments that it's gotten Muster the Departed, which is a 3-mana enchantment that when it ETBs, it makes a 1/1 spirit for you, and then Morbid at the beginning of your end step if a creature died this turn, populate.
That's very relevant here.
Mm-hmm. Yes, and if I remember correctly, with Daxos, the spirits that he makes... Oh, they do scale.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it does scale the more enchantments you make. 3 mana to make these things is not that bad. I'm easily convincing myself of a 4. I don't think I can convince myself of a 5.
I can't convince myself of a 5, but he's definitely a 4.
Yeah, I think his support has gotten good enough that he is actually becoming a reasonable card.
It only took, what is it, 7? 8? 8 years? 2015?
2015, yep. Mm-hmm.
9 years.
9.
Oh my god. It only took 9 years for Daxos to actually be... Caretakers is really big here. Yep.
Yes. Did Minthara go into 3? What do you mean by did Minthara? Oh, because of just adding an experience counter? That's fair, actually. I did not think about that.
Yeah.
Minthara is solid, actually. Don't have any other ways of getting experience counters, right?
And black-white? No.
No. I guess semi-relevantly in like the instant and sorcery section of things, we did just go through another set that gave us Proliferate.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if we got much that we would care about.
I don't think we did.
Well, it was a nice thought while it lasted.
We did get the one... Isn't there a white guy, a white creature from MH3 that proliferates on something?
I believe that was actually Metastatic Evangel, as was mentioned just now.
Okay, yeah.
Let me find that really quick. Whatever. Excuse me. So 2 mana 3/1. Whenever a non-token human or non-token creature enters the battlefield under your control, proliferate. So it does have to be non-token.
Which is still fine. Enchantment creatures are just good enough to play now.
Yeah, enchantment creatures are just kind of good enough that we can do that. There is also my favorite enchantment that we can talk about and how that's actually relevant here.
Thonian Nightmare, yeah.
Yeah, this is a great Thonian Nightmare deck.
Yep.
I don't think that pushes it into being a 5 even.
Nope. Still a 4.
I think it's got some flexibility. Like there is probably an actual Aristocrats deck you could do with this, and it would make sense because now you just have a 3 mana way of making a big. I don't think it just wins, but I think it does something at least. Daxos, you can languish in being okay. You've done it. You stopped being actually terrible.
Only took him 9 years. Goodness gracious.
It only took 9 years for Daxos to not be not actively bad. Oh, poor Daxos.
What a lad.
Is there any other Enchantress deck we need to think about?
Yep. There's a big one.
Like Harriet or...
In Orzhov, no. We have one Bant commander that I would like to bring attention to.
Is it Tuvasa?
We have 2 Bant commanders that I would like to bring attention to.
Yeah, I mean, it's both of them, yeah. So we're going to talk about Tuvasa and Castia, right?
Here's Castia.
All right. We bumped her up to a 5 last time.
No, we last evaluate her.
When we last evaluated her, I think was... Oh, wow, no, we don't have a date on her. Okay, so yeah, it's been at least 2 years since we've evaluated Castia. Considering where we just put Elevere, we do have some words.
Yeah.
Mentioning cards that would go into the deck. Elevere. She's just good now, right?
Yeah, the Enduring, Soaring Lightbringer is really good.
Yeah, I mean, Inquisitive Glimmer, like, just discounts the cost of Castia as well.
Mm-hmm.
Jukai Naturalist, that's another one that we get to play with now.
Strength of the Harvest is really insane here. Like,
we've gotten 3, potentially 3 new Enchantresses since we did this evaluation.
We got
we have Calyx.
We haven't
Calyx.
Even, like...
Shit. We've been neglecting this one.
Yenna's insane in this deck, too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the face of this deck has changed entirely. Oh god, if you want to do Ivy as well, this is actually a decent Ivy deck. Even the, like, Indebted Spirit's not bad here.
Oh
yeah, Transcendent Envoy, decreasing the cost of auras as well.
Mm-hmm. You get a green ramp spell. That's an enchantment.
Yep. Yeah, green ramp spell is an enchantment creature. Bridges you straight into Castia while ticking down.
Poser of Spring is just cracked as all get out in the stack.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Wears pants well too. By existing. Yeah, we've gotten a lot more enchantment creatures for this, huh?
A lot of relevant enchantment creatures too.
The fact that we've gotten like 3 or 4 new bestow creatures as well is particularly helpful here.
Galwain is actually unironically pretty good here.
Oh, that thing's cracked here.
Yeah.
Like, if you could... Again, one of the funny things about Kestia is you probably could build a deck that features, like, very few auras or enchantment creatures, because there are just good ways to get rolls and do stuff with that now. This is nowhere near the flexibility of Elevere, right? Because, like, Elevere just says play creatures. Play creatures, I'll do something.
I think it's a solid like 7 or 8 now.
I think it hit 7. I definitely think we hit 7. I'm not convinced on 8 still. Because, like, the strength of this commander is you have the Elevere card draw and blue. That's what you get. And don't get me wrong, you have now unlocked Simic. You've done it. Like, our baseline's pretty good then. Nerd Rage is interesting too. Okay.
Just super good.
Yeah, we have gotten some good, like, Curiosity auras, blue evasive creatures that are really relevant too. Like, we've gotten, like, just again, talking about if you just want to throw enchantments, you want to throw pants on things, right? Like Silent Hall Creeper just got printed. Got Fairy Mastermind. Got Ledger Shredder. Actually, Ledger Shredder already existed when we last evaluated this, probably, but I don't think Fairy Mastermind did.
Fairy Mastermind did not.
Oh, hey, that's Niantics.
Huh.
Love that card. It's not good, but I love it.
That's still not awful. Just like
No,
the
it's
Amphibian
not.
Downpour is not awful here.
Yeah.
Trickster's Elk. Trickster's Elk. Big fan.
You will appreciate that I just put that into my CDH Elvier deck to try out.
Yeah. Unironically, elking things is good, as it turns out. Unironically.
Good old Weaver of Harmony, huh? I mean, it's also worth mentioning, it's not just Elvier card draw, because Elvier is restricted by per opponent. Castia does let you just beat up one person and be rewarded for it.
Yep. Solid 7. Solid.
Yeah, definitely 7. I will put a note here that this, one, wow, she has gotten a lot better.
She's like 1 or 2 more cards removed from being an 8. That's how close it is.
She's getting really close to being an 8. And she's gotten a lot more flexibility. She's not forced to be an Auras deck anymore.
Yeah.
Or play like this meme stuff. Because I think when we evaluated her, we did have Kamigawa Neon Dynasty, at least. So like we had that to work with, but it wasn't enough to convince me.
I think we had just enough to convince us of a 5. Since then, we have gotten 2 major enchantment sets.
Yeah.
Sheltered by Ghost is really good here too. Oh man.
Yeah. Like borderline 8 is a really relevant position for her. Like she is like if we were doing fractions, she's in 7.5 territory, right? I'm genuinely looking forward to seeing if she surpasses where I think she would go.
I kind of want to build this now, just to like see.
Yeah. Go for
Unfortunately,
it.
I will not have it ready in time for actually playtesting against people. If I
might have it in time for Vegas though.
That's what I was meaning. I won't have it in time for Vegas.
Oh.
I have the Zerman to put together, Jason.
That's fair. We can't give you just all enchantment decks.
His giant stack, and I still have Elvier together. Like,
yeah.
All right.
Let's jump into Tuvasa.
All right. Speaking of cards that got a lot better since we last evaluated them, it's been at least 2 years since we talked about Tuvasa. We have Tuvasa at a 7.
And we get to say pretty much all the same things we said about Castia, except for even more enchantments. Yep.
And Tuvasa also just kills people. Even better now.
She do just clap real hard, and she got another Enchanted Evening.
Yep.
So, like, obviously both of these decks are like, you know, the mid-rangey Enchantress decks that are just like, I'm going to draw some cards, I'm going to do some stuff. You know, Enchantress. Like, but like, she does just kill people.
What if we made our creatures into enchantments, Jason?
If we made our creatures into enchantments? What if we just turned everything into enchantments?
So, like,
what if we turned everything into enchantments, gave our board indestructible, and destroyed all enchantments?
Yeah, and we have 2 ways of doing it. Well, we have 1 way of doing it.
Yeah, you can't fare well. But there's actually multiple ways of doing that if you wanted to go really deep on it, but I wouldn't recommend going that deep on it.
Making everything an enchantment. We only have 1 way of doing that? It's Enchanted Evening?
Enchanted Evening and the Arcade, right?
Arcade is only you control.
Oh, control?
Yep, you control.
Never mind, this plan sucks.
Still very relevant. Secret Arcade is another way of making literally everything on your board, even your enchantress pieces, count towards it.
You want something hilarious? Normally, I think Nylea's Colossus is one of like the most overplayed enchantress cards. Cracked out of its mind, Tuvasa.
Yep.
Because Tuvasa's already close to one-shotting people, you just guarantee it.
Yep.
I don't know where it's at on that list. It's high up in creatures.
As it probably should be. You get.
I guess. Yeah, you get Calyx as well.
Oh man, this deck's gotten a lot. Oh.
Ooh. I just thought of another angle to the another angle to both Kestia and Tuvasa that I hadn't considered, which is this is again in the category of abusing Calyx for what Calyx is. It says target non-legendary enchantment you control. Blue's pretty good at making non-legendary clones now.
Yeah? Oh.
Yeah, let's get 3 of our commander.
Tuvasa's not an enchantment. So.
That's... Well, at the moment.
Yeah, I mean...
It's not an enchantment at the moment.
I'd much rather make multiple copies of Kestia. That sounds hot.
Yes.
That sounds really hot.
Yeah. Like, Kestia, now you get to double then triple your card draw by making a legendary token copy and then hitting with Calyx. Oh, right, because Calyx doesn't actually have to be the one to hit. It's an enchanted creature you control can do it as well.
You can just swing with your commander. Bop, bing, bop, boom.
Yep. And also worth noting, as weird as it is to say it, I do feel like Tuvasa is the one who cares about auras just that little bit more.
Yep.
Because you just want to kill people. So put a rank aura down. Have a good time. Weirdly enough, since the one that says enchanted creatures is not the one that cares about auras. Or at least not as much. I don't think... Okay, this may be blasphemy now to say. I think Kestia has surpassed Tuvasa. But they are both rated 7s. And I'm happy to leave them as that.
Yeah. Enchantment creatures just got so good in the past few years.
And like, again, getting Kestia being an enchantment to benefit from other enchantment support also is relevant. I think it has just literally put them on par with each other. Although Tuvasa's flexibility has gone up a little bit at least, but not a ton.
You're still playing largely, like, I was scrolling through this list and there's not a bunch of new cards.
No, but that's also, like, something to say of the feedback loop that you get with EDH Rec.
True.
Sometimes it is quite difficult to see new creatures or new cards show up. But sometimes you just legitimately don't get anything for a commander for 5 years.
Daxos.
Daxos got nothing. Nothing for like 6 years. We had to go back to Theros. We gotta do stuff again. Like, God, he's gotten like all of his support in the last 3 years. It's insane.
He's an actually playable commander now, Jason. How does that make you feel?
I'm honestly happy for him, but also astonished. Are there any other enchantments commanders that we want to think about here? Because, like, weird one, for example, in the world of Mardu, we have Gin. We've had a few, like, decent enchantments that are, like, worth putting into the graveyard. Granted, Gin sucks with rooms. Don't put rooms with Gin.
Hey, Jason.
Yeah?
That was pretty good.
Putting your Overlord into your graveyard and then putting it back in play?
Thonian Nightmare.
Hey, that's pretty good. I do love that card. Honestly, probably not the best Thonian Nightmare deck, but I do love it.
We can just... sacrifice whatever enchantment, put Thony and Nightmare back on the field, and then
yes, we can keep doing Thony Nightmare loops.
Still good, yeah.
That is worth noting. Like, if you build literally your entire deck around Thony and Nightmare, Gin does give you the protection for it. I don't think you should go that hard into building around a singular enchantment.
Nope.
But at least you're in the color combination that finds the enchantment and puts it where you want it. Like, you can gamble this thing away and it's okay. But that means we have to play a bunch of tutors.
And we got Grievous Wound. Grievous Wound is pretty good here.
Grievous Wound's pretty spicy.
Very spicy card.
Rolls are relevant. Things that just randomly give you rolls are helpful, but there's not too many of those.
Not in white. Not in white black, there's not.
Mm-mm.
Red gives you, unironically, Fable's really good here.
Oh, Fable's great in this deck. FOMO is not great, but it's not bad.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty good. All the random like Delirium cards, like Gin actually can do a pretty good job of getting. Gin decks want to enable Delirium kind of passively. They are not Gin is not good at enabling it. The rest of the deck is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of how I feel about it.
Scavenger's Talent is maybe something we care about. Not sure.
I unironically like Ripples of Undeath here.
Oh, Ripples of Undeath goes hard in this deck.
Like, okay, what do we have? Get at like a 3?
Yeah,
definitely like a 5.
I'm not convinced it's gotten better though.
I could see it being like a 4 or 5. No.
I definitely can't see the 5. I can maybe see the 4. It's
gotten a lot of weird, unironic, like good cards.
Yeah, it's gotten plenty of cards that I'm happy to like toss around a little bit, right?
Is Grievous Wound good here? Yes, because being able to sacrifice it whenever you want to and put it on somebody else is very good.
Mm-hmm. If I remember correctly, Gin also can activate an instant speed. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, granted, you will. The first thing you do of any spell or ability is you target, so you can't like sacrifice and then immediately bring it back. You do have to sack then get it back, but you can do that at instant speed. And white has gotten a lot of untappers as well, so that's actually something I hadn't considered. Not that I'm seeing many people play them.
No.
Like,
I think Gin has got some spice that people haven't explored yet.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's the accurate assessment. Gin has spice. Maybe worth looking into. Probably not good enough to change the rating right now, though.
I could say that's fair.
Yeah. We will see. Gin has gotten better. But not better enough. At least compared to like everything else in this world.
Mm-hmm.
Right? When did we last evaluate? Like 2021, 2022? Probably 2022.
Alright, do we want to start talking about FOMO, pumping up stuff?
Yeah, let's look at FOMO decks. Let's start with Rionia.
Yeah, probably the biggest offender here.
It's the easiest offender of it for sure. Okay. So, Rionia, our wonderful 5-mana 3/4 human wizard that at the beginning of combat on your turn you create X tokens that are copies of another creature you control, where X is +1 of the number of instants and sorceries you've cast this turn. They gain haste. Exile them at the beginning of the next end step. So, here is the thing. She has always been a huge abuser of extra combat steps.
Mm-hmm.
Like, always has been. We currently have her as a rating of a 6/8. She may need to be just flat out higher.
Probably like 7/8.
Yeah, probably 7/8 just starting out. Worth noting, Combat Celebrant's in 47% of her decks, according to EDH Rec. So we are already saying, like, 50% of the time you're playing against the builds that are going to be abusing Combat Celebrant and abusing Rionia's triggers. Not just, like, doing a decent, fun thing. Like, actually, you are going to lose to this. Deck's gotten a Gate Instigator recently, which is also a really nice pickup for the deck. And even in the casual builds, like, since we've evaluated this, I think we have gotten...
You got Star Athlete. Star Athlete is unironically really good in this deck.
Just want to do again. Choose another thing. I've sacrificed it. Deals 5. Yeah. Yeah.
Like, unironically, that's really good here.
But the card we really want to talk about is FOMO, because... So, FOMO, 2-mana enchantment creature, Nightmare. Whenever FOMO enters, discard a card, then draw a card. And then Delirium. Whenever FOMO attacks for the first time each turn, if there are 4 or more card types among permanents, or 4 or more card types among cards in your graveyard, untap target creature, there's an addition. After this phase, there's an additional combat phase. We've gotten another creature that gives us an additional combat phase, and this is by far the cheapest of them we have ever seen. 2 mana for this effect is incredible. You have to jump through hoops, though.
Yeah, but the hoops aren't hard because it enables the hoops. Especially when you clone it.
Correct. And red was already the color combination that's like, I play with artifacts, instants, sorceries, creatures, and lands. Right? I already have 5 permanent types that I'm used to playing with. And Rionia, in particular, loves looting effects.
Yep.
She's just looking for a few really good creatures.
Well, there's one right there. There's a second one right there. And Enduring Courage is okay, I guess.
Yeah. And there's a lot of, like, cute things you can do with this as well, like Humble Defector to just draw 2 cards. Because your opponent's just going to exile it at the end of turn anyway. So, all this cute stuff with stuff I was like, yeah, this deserves at least a 6. I think it's gotten better. It just has gotten better and better.
Pinnacle Monk's really big here. Actually, really big.
Yeah, actually, Pinnacle Monk is pretty huge for the deck.
Sunspine Lynx just kills people, which is funny.
Yeah, I'm not convinced on that one. I think that one's more like the fun casual ones, as opposed to like super good combo-oriented builds, but it is definitely worth noting.
The Gate Instigator is unironically really insane here.
Yep. Ooh, Trumpeting Carnosaur, that's a funny one. Yeah, like that's just a funny meatball. That also enables Delirium.
I know it does. It's so good.
Oh god.
I love it. Banned. I'm sorry. I love
deservedly so.
I love seeing it.
Yeah, Roaming Throne. I don't want to rate it just on, again, with rating most of these decks, you don't want to rate it on just the best builds of it. You want to rate it on what you're likely to see. What are people actually just, putting their decks casually? And that's part of the reason why I do want to bring up the Combat Celebrant, because Combat Celebrant was something you're seeing in 50% of decks. And Combat Celebrant existed before Rionia did, so, like...
Yep.
That's just a staple of the deck. You're going to run into a Combat Celebrant build 50% of the time. And, Great Train Heist, right?
Yeah, that's a card. Can't forget about that one.
Yeah, that's another good one for just... Hey, Kelvin.
Hi, Kelvin.
We're talking about Rionia and how she's abusing new combat or extra combat effects. Because we're just reevaluating old commanders at this point. Or ones that we haven't talked about in a while. I don't know how much better the just general instants and sorceries have gotten for this deck, necessarily. It's got new looting effects, at least, that are relevant.
I don't think they've gotten that much better. Echoing Assault? Echoing Assault.
Wait, what the heck? Just gives you another one as well. Yeah, that's actually really nice for Reunion decks.
It makes all the things of Menage.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty good.
That is.
You may look at it and say 5 mana. 5 mana mono red's actually not that hard to achieve.
No, I mean, this is also a deck that's whole thing is powering out to a 5-mana commander. It may be a little hard for it to, like, it powers out to a 5-mana commander, and then maybe that card's stuck at hand for 2 more turns, which is awkward. Oh, you want to talk about the Master Multiplied? Yeah, that might be something to talk about. I don't think... Well, actually, if anything, the Master Multiplied has gotten worse because of the high-powered cards that it just lost, but...
Yep.
That's only the strongest builds. All the treasure protection as well that we've gotten in red, even though we did just lose Dockside, and we lost Mana Crypt and Jeweled Lotus, but again, those were for like the really high-powered builds of this deck.
07s to Jeweled Lotus.
Talongate's nice. Yeah.
It's like...
Honestly... Okay.
Even the cute things it's doing is probably... better than a set.
It's just good at this point, right?
Yeah.
Like, if Rionia sits around and play for like 2 turns, the game is probably ending. Or it's getting close to ending, right? Like, the first one may be a value one, but the second one is close to killing you.
Yep.
That feels like baseline 8, at least.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay. Is there much of a difference between the optimized and unoptimized builds at this point?
There's a couple more cute cards in unoptimized, but not enough for it to matter.
I guess you get... I mean, it may be that you are just, like, actively building around FOMO, for example, as opposed to just acknowledging it as a thing you can do. Because not all of the extra combat creatures make it in. Like, I don't think Port Racer was in more than, like, 38%, was it? Let me see. Not Port Racer. Port Racer. What's the... No, it is Port Racer.
Now that I think of it, are you going to divide the power level of decks by the new brackets?
Nope.
So, spoiler alert, most of SmoothBrain has already had the bracket system. Just not called the bracket system. Already implemented.
Yeah. We've done something kind of similar to it. I guess can bring that up. We kind of just talk about, like, CDH is its own thing, so we're not even going to talk about that one.
Yeah.
We have, like, 4 power systems that we basically do. Really, it's more like 5. Because we have low power, which is, like, precon level. Mid power, which is, like, upgrade precons and some cool stuff. Mid to high power, where we sit in that area where it's like, we play good cards, but they're not necessarily completely optimized. High power. And then the lovely fuck it, we ball tier. Unironically,
it's basically just high power at this point.
Yeah, it's it's not too different from high power at this point, honestly, because like
we lost the 3 relevant cards for that category.
Yeah, like we kind of like have rough ideas as to where we want to put things. Like Rhystic Study is a card you would probably still play in mid to high power, but you would also justify yourself not playing it at times, so it could go either way. But like we wouldn't play Mystic Remora because it doesn't make a lot of sense to play Mystic Remora at that power level. Both because it doesn't get the support that it needs, and also if it does get the support it needs, it's just ceiling floor issue.
Mm-hmm. A lot of ceiling floor issues in mid power.
Mm-hmm. I mean, our mid to high power videos are kind of where like our green decks tend to thrive.
Yep.
They do really well there, but we still have stuff that competes with it just fine because we're not afraid to do 2-card combos at that level. We just don't have the tutors to support it.
We're also never touching CDH specific 2-card combos.
It would be exceedingly rare that we did. Like, definitely not Thassa's Oracle, for example. Like, Thassa's Oracle, if anybody played that in our mid to high power videos, that we would be expecting that person to either do something funny with Leveler, or you actually just milled yourself out or drew your whole deck.
Yeah.
Which, like, I'll play a zombie in that, for example, but You just glimpsed the blood moon at the bottom of the page and had flashbacks.
Look, I have won through a blood moon in a land stack.
It's possible.
It's very possible. God, did it require a lot of brain power and thought. Unironically, that was probably the most I've had to think, even though my deck was on autopilot mode.
I'm just going to put that in there for the comments on Rionia. I think we're good with just leave her as an 8/8, right?
Yep.
Okay. I did put in the comments, though, we undervalued Rionia before. Ethan was right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That works.
I think.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm here to get on my soapbox.
All right. Who's abusing FOMO today?
Well, this is not an abuse of FOMO. This is actually
Damn.
We lost some big important things for our lovely Jund Dragon.
Ah.
Unironically, has lost some very important things to him.
That's true. Okay.
Pour one out, everybody, for Corval, Fey, Cursed King. 07s to the cards we lost for him.
Okay. Alright, I guess this is relevant. Have we dethroned a 10?
I actually think he might not be a 10 anymore.
I still think he's fine. Because, like, at least at the lower, especially lower power tables.
At the lower power tables, but you've also got to remember when we're starting to talk about 9s and 10s, they kind of were sitting at only high power tables.
That's true. I mean, they generally get relegated to that area. I would still argue, like, everywhere from low to mid to high, I would still say that Corvold is crushing most of those tables.
Mm-hmm.
Like, convincingly. Because, fuck it, fetch lands are good. Like, what can I say, right? Just drawing cards off of playing lands is a good strategy, I hear.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but I can't storm off anymore, Jason.
That's true. You've lost your combo engines. Or at least...
You've lost
your best one.
You've lost the most abusable combo engine.
Right. But I'm still just sitting there thinking, like, yeah, this is still a good Thonian Nightmare deck, for example. Like, it just got that as a tool, and that's a huge piece for the deck. It still just gets all of its good Aristocrat stuff. It didn't lose any of that. It lost Jewel Lotus, which is huge.
But also Mana Crypt, which was also huge.
Yeah, but at least those ones we were only really considering for the optimized stuff anyway.
Yeah.
Like, those 3 cards were really only for optimized. If anything, I think we have now seen a shift from being a 10-10 to a 10-9.
Yep.
Okay. I'm fine with saying that.
Pour one out, everybody. Pour one out. No longer can be called the Corvold scale.
I will definitely say that at least in casual Commander, I do not think... well, I mean... For a longest time, we've been saying, like, the scale basically was shared with who's the actual king of the scale. It's Corvold and Najeela.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that changed.
For casual play, yeah.
No,
like
I don't think it changed.
Non-optimized decks, yeah.
Also, I have some unfinished business to take care of.
Mm-hmm.
Need to slap a band next to Nadu.
Ugh. One out for the bird, boys. Pour one out for the bird.
This is cathartic.
07s for the bird. Miss you, buddy. You were only playable in CEDH. God fuck you for casual, but pour one out for CEDH becoming infinitely more boring to me.
Yeah. Oh god, I forgot about Warren Soul Trader being a new thing that Corporal gets to play with.
Yep.
Anyway. I guess it may not play Academy Manufacturer as much anymore, but still. Okay. Any more we want to talk about for the time being? There's probably a few more I can think of that are like FOMO abusers, but maybe not good enough that we need to think about it.
I mean, we already have Satya at an 8.
Hmm.
And Satya abuses the fuck out of FOMO.
Yeah. Actually, there's one. I don't think the record. I don't think it's going to change, but I do want to bring it up at least.
Mm-hmm.
Tatsunari.
What is the hell?
This is our Sultai Enchantress commander that makes the Forg.
Oh, yeah, that did get a lot better.
It definitely at least changed. Because I was initially saying I don't think it's going to change, but I looked at the original rating and I'm like, we put it as a 5, and I'm like, okay, maybe it does change because I'm not sure it actually deserved that 5 anymore. Because I think I might have been overvaluing the combos that you could do with Tatsunari.
Mm-hmm.
However,
it's like generic deck.
Yep,
kind of
it
got
is
better.
It is a generic deck that has just kind of improved a little bit. Although there is, of course, one new card I gotta mention. This is a really, really good Thonian Nightmare commander. Because it provides you the creature every time for your loop. And if you don't want to sacrifice, or if you can establish your loop, then Kami also becomes just the way you killed, right?
Wait a minute. The Polywog Prodigy is a frog.
Oh, it is.
The Tatsunari makes unblockable.
Yeah.
Thoughts. There are thoughts going through my head.
Yeah. You can also just do factual frogs with Tatsunari.
Get
your Yargle, let's go.
That's a thing you can do now.
I do find it funny now that I'm looking at the creatures. I do see a pretty even split between people just playing frogs and actual Enchantress nonsense.
Frogs suddenly got good. I don't know what else to tell you.
They at least got playable, for sure.
It's like, Long River Lurker is actually a solid card. Glarb is nuts. Let's just be real here. Glarb is nuts.
Glarb's great. I love Glarb.
This frog, the Mount Frogman, is really good. Yeah,
that's quite good. What percentage of these decks are just literally frog decks?
Oh, like Jason, your favorite 40%? Frog.
I do love that frog.
Your favorite frog. The one that's currently breaking your favorite format.
I was about to say I have a very strong love-hate relationship with that frog. God, do I love playing it. God, do I hate playing against it. Oh. Man, oh. Mutate stuff. No, why would you do mutate with this commander?
Because you can put it on the fork.
I know, you put it on the frog to make it so that you don't have an enchantment frog named Kami, and then you make another one and you do more enchantments, and that's interesting, but also I hate it. God, these decks are such messes of what they're actually doing.
I think it goes down to a 4. This is a bit too all over the place.
It is. It is really, like, there are, like, solidly 3 different decks trying to happen here if you just look at the CDH page. Yeah. One is legitimately just frogs. Another one of them is just Enchantress. And then the other one of this is, what in the world nonsense can I do with a Kami?
I like that deck. That deck's funny.
That's the mutate one. I don't like that.
That deck's funny. Unironically.
I hate it here. Yeah, I mean,
like a 4. It's doing too much. It's doing way too much.
Yeah, I'm not seeing a lot of like the Astronaut Altar or more so Phyrexian Altar loops. Like there's only 7% of these decks are playing that currently.
Yeah, it's just not doing enough.
The looping Kami stuff is not very common anymore.
Unless we talk about one very particular card.
Which I don't even really see here much.
Oh boy. Okay. Well, we don't even have to think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Neat.
Yeah, I'm just thinking exactly what I go about this if I was to do these Thonian Nightmare loops.
Because each
So
time
you
you
have
Thonian Nightmare, you cast Thonian Nightmare, which creates a Kami.
Yes. That creates the Kami. And, I mean, the easiest thing to do here is a single enchantment cost reducer or whatever reduces it by 1 mana, right?
Mm-hmm.
And Blood Pet puts itself into the graveyard, which makes things a little easier. But you also can just do, why am I blanking on its name right now? Priest of Gix. You can do Priest of Gix for ETB Dark Ritual. And again, so long as you have the cost reducer, that alone is enough. And going through that loop would require you to have another creature to put, or you need another creature in your graveyard so that you sacrifice the Priest of Gix to get it into the graveyard. But that also means that you're doing one cast of Thonian Nightmare while Kami is in play, so that's just a kill. Whereas the other way does, if you do it with Blood Pet, you are never going to have Kami in play as you cast the Thonian Nightmare. So, it just needs one more piece, though.
Mm-hmm.
And you have rooms to work with. Stuff like that. Rooms, Scavenger's Talent, stuff like that. All of that works here. There is probably a better build of what this commander could be doing.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like if we went hard on Tatsunari for combos, right? How good do we think we make this? 6? 7?
6.
Is it worth rating that as separate?
I think it's like 6.
Okay.
If you go like strictly down the Thonian Nightmare / Astronaut's all 3 loops.
Yeah.
It's still pretty hard to set up, but
Yeah, it's I mean, you are just soul-type value stuff as well in an Enchantress shell, so but yeah. I think that's most everything I wanted to at least cover today. I don't think there's anything else we need to talk about today, is there?
I
or is there
can
something
make
you'd like to?
Okay, I just want to mention something that's really funny, and that's Marvin showing up in Stella Lee. This is so funny to me.
It is just like the weirdest double take that I saw that, and I was just like, but that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
For those of you unfamiliar with Marvin, Marvin's a new artifact commander who 2-mana toy that ETB it has all activated abilities of other creatures you control. So you just get a second Stella Lee for 2 mana. But you have to have Stella Lee in play to begin with. But if you do something like Ritual, Stella Lee, and then do your combo piece, Marvin can do that for you. So I think it just opens more lines. Yeah, I think I'm good for now.
Where am I? Rectos, is there anything I want to look at? Just looking through, where is our skill? Rowan Cyanivore probably needs to come down a point on the normal.
Where's Rowan at currently?
We've got it at a 10-8 split.
Oh, yeah, we can make that 9-8.
Yeah.
She is that powerful. It's just people have learned. She is feast or famine. And I don't... Let me see. The comment that I have here is highly volatile commander with over 60% of the deck's playing cards designed to reduce your life total for free, which is probably a higher rating at this point. I might need to change that part. You get to pop off on turn 4 a lot of the time with higher degree of redundancy. While you think the deck gets better at higher power, people are more aware of what you're doing and are playing it and you're playing a high-risk game, putting a lot of faith in a single spell resolving when opponents will start killing your 2 toughness commander and playing more efficient counter magic.
Yeah.
That is still such an accurate assessment of what Rowan Scion of War is doing. This is perhaps the most feast or famine commander out there. And it's got new toys, but not necessarily better toys. Will got Grimoire? Oh, you mean Will Scion of Peace getting a new piece with that Grimoire?
Yeah, I did get that.
Yeah, it did just get a new 2-card combo piece with it. If I remember correctly, the other ones that it didn't have, or the only other like combo piece it had potentially was like Drogskull Reaver stuff, right?
Yes.
It didn't have it never had access to a 2-card combo before this. That's relevant.
That's pretty good.
Is it being listed anywhere? Oh yeah, it's up at the top. 98% of decks, but only 40 have been made since it was printed.
94% synergy, though, by the way.
That's fantastic. Also, Leyline of Hope is potentially something you'd want to play in this deck. I'm not convinced you would, though.
Also got the new Staff of Hermes. And ironically, it's good here.
Yeah, it's pretty solid.
Let
me see, double checking. How's it?
Couple new toys.
Marina Vendrell's Grimoire, and what do you reduce the cost of again? Only instants and sorceries, or
should be all spells?
All spells. So you can gain the life first, reduce the cost of Marina Vendrell's Grimoire, and then you can start comboing.
Proceed to go ham. It did get this little dork of a cat too. Cannot forget about that.
That's true. Also, Pride's a nice little addition. Although, honestly, I'm not convinced you would need it.
Oh, you don't need it, but it's a little dork of a card, and it's cute.
Yeah, honestly, the Soul Guide, the Guide of Souls is the more relevant of the two.
Mm-hmm.
Just a new Soul Sister. Yeah.
I don't think it got enough, but it's like
I'm not sure.
A 2-card infinite combo that you can tutor out is relevant. It is an artifact. You can easily tutor that out with blue-white.
Yeah. Yeah, if you're at a table where you're doing a lot more tutoring. You may not do that at the lower powers, but yeah, but I'm going to put in the comments Marina Vendrell's Grimoire. Yeah, it gives Will a nice combo piece.
It's like one of those where if we get another unironically, Chad, if we get another set around life gaining Shiganeries.
Yeah, I could see Will bumping up if we get really dedicated life gain synergies. And I would argue we probably need to see some of it in blue. Like, I don't know if white alone can hold this, because
no,
white's big spells are good, but not like crazy.
They're not
the
drawing
combo
cards,
stuff. Yeah, the combo stuff you want to do is with Will in. It's in blue. And like, there's funny stuff here. Like, I going back up there for just a second, like seeing the omniscience that's there. I'm like, we're trying to do everything in our power to reduce the cost of our spells.
Yeah, we're making them free. That's reducing.
Like, yeah, it's reducing. It's like, but we're doing this for the purpose of what exactly? Because most of the time when you're reducing costs with Will, you're trying to reduce X spells.
Yeah.
Or like that's your big payoffs, which omniscience doesn't work with.
What the multiverse it works with, though.
That's true. Yeah, it does work with that.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know. This is one of those things where I could see it getting actually pretty decent after Foundations, unironically.
Very good point. Yeah.
Because, like, life gain is one of those core, it needs to be in standard things.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying, keep an eye out for after Foundations.
Yeah. Wizards, there's a few archetypes that Wizards is always dead set on making exist in standard at any given point. Really, the two that are, it's like, there has to be a small red aggressive deck, and there has to be a life gain. Something with life gain.
Yeah, and I would just
it doesn't have to be good. It
I would
just has
like
to
to
be
say,
there.
fuck you to WotC for making mono red way too fucking good in best of one to where I can't even play best of one. I have to play best of 3. I would just like to say that.
Yeah, turn 2 wins are a little bit much.
When I lose, when I literally have to concede the game 20% of the time to mono red on the ladder, not a big fan.
Set to spec your deck, you know? Play all the 1-mana removal
Even
spells.
if you spec your deck, you still lose 20% of the time. Because Heartfire Hero is a broken magic card.
The fact that Heartfire Hero is the problem card just... that little mouse.
Scamp's not much better than it, too. You still died as Scamp.
Alright, I think I'm done for the evening. Hey everyone, thank you all for joining us. This has been an excellent evening of just chicaneries.
Unironic greatest Sol Ring art just being Doggo. I'm saving you guys some time on the VOD if you're joining us late. The best Sol Ring art is Doggo art.
You can say it all you want. Doesn't mean it's true.
Anyway, second, everyone. I think we both agreed on the other two in the top 3, though, for sure.
Yeah, I think so. But again, if that Bloomburrow one gets a full art,
which it won't.
You're right. But also, if it did, though, it would be number 1 for me. But all right, still probably number 2. But gotta love it. Anyway, once again, thank you all very much for hanging out with us. Be sure to check out our gameplay videos that we have out on every Saturday. We will have a particularly interesting one this week. So look forward to that one. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you want to support us financially, we have a Patreon. You can do that. If you want to just like, comment, subscribe, like seriously, I checked this recently. We only have 27.5 or 27.6% of our viewers are subscribed, so it really does help out a lot if you do hit the subscribe button. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to follow our social medias and check out our affiliate links down below. Big one being Dragon Shield. Use the code SMOOTH5 at checkout to get 5% off your order. This has been Jason and Matt. Appreciate y'all. See you next time.
See you guys. And we're good.